Probably should have used this in the first place. We don't need much, just a little. So we'll try this. Let me just dip my brush in the gold. Grab the piece. Once I get a doorknob painted on here, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. You can see there that paint had a better effect than the daggone oil paint. The oil paint wanted to go everywhere. But there was just a little doorknob. So, yeah. I'll have to go back over that with the brown, straighten that up, and then we'll try gold again on that. But we do have some more doorknobs to do on the officers' quarters, so we'll do that. Get us another tiny doorknob on there. I'm satisfied with that one. We'll do the other one. Need a bit more gold on my brush. Not too much though. There we go. Okay. So, on this side, you can see we have a gold doorknob there. And then we'll flip her around. We got a gold doorknob there. So yeah, we're doing good. Alright. We got that taken care of. So now we got to touch up that door that we messed up on. I really didn't want to mess up on that, but things happen. Alright. We'll start touching up that door. So, first things first. Clean the brush. Grab the brown paint again. Grab the door that we messed up on. And then we're going to have to paint over that oil paint. So, bear with me while I do this. There we go. It's painted back over. So now we can try to get our last doorknob on there. So, grab some gold. And there we go. And now we have our last doorknob on there. Doesn't come out as good as the doorknob up beside of it because the doorknob up beside of it was already printed on. For some reason, them doors didn't have no doorknobs printed on. But they had to open some way. So you know for a fact it had to have a doorknob. So we got those. So we're doing good there. Now another thing we'll do too is a light bleed issue. I've been watching this guy. His name is John's Model Making. And he found light bleed in the ship. Now where he found light bleed in the ship, let me just zoom in. He found light bleed coming through this wall right here. Coming through here, and it goes into the vent. And that's because the light, when it goes on here, the light is really close to this wall, and it will commit a light bleed issue. So what we're going to have to do to prevent that on theirs, this wall right here, we got to paint this wall black, and we got to paint black right in here to prevent that from happening on theirs. So that's what we're getting ready to do right now. So let's go ahead and clean our brush, and we'll get ready for the black. Now the black I'm going to use, he said to use a matte. I don't have a matte black, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I don't. Instead, I've got gloss acrylic paint, drying easy cleanup, plaid, and it's gloss black. So I'm going to be using this. I wish I had matte black, but all I've got is gloss. So gotta also be careful not to touch those doors that we painted while doing this. But let me grab paintbrushes that I want to use. Since this is a little bit bigger area, I'm going to use this paintbrush. And I'm going to start painting the inside, but also trying to figure out where to grab, where not to grab. Okay, I got close. Don't grab there. So, let's see here. As long as I hold it right here, I'm good. Because I can see where my doors are. So I gotta paint black in here. All back there. So let me get my armor situated here, because I want to try to get this in camera while I do this, which is going to be fun. Let me zoom out. I'm too far zoomed in. But let's begin the painting the black process to prevent the light bleed. While trying not to get it anywhere I don't want it. Oh. I'm gonna have to pull it away from the camera, y'all. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. It's too awkward. But once I get it painted, I'll show you what I got. I'm sorry. Yeah, we definitely don't want no light bleeding through our walls. can tell y'all it's been tough for the last couple of days for me though with this stupid flu. I did not want the stuff. I don't even know how I caught it. But apparently it's going around. Ooh, sorry if the video ends up being so long, but as long as I get what I need to get done here, I don't think it matters. Ooh, I sounded terrible earlier. It's because all that drainage going from my nostrils into my throat. You know how the daggone flu works. Doctors told me it gets worser before it gets better. I'm just like, don't tell me that. Get a nice good even coat of black on here. Alright. There is one wall painted black. Now we just got to paint where that vent is. And hopefully this should prevent the light bleed, which we won't know until we get my shipment Monday, and when I do that part of the build. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a Titanic build every Thursday, which that should last me until I get my next shipment. Because after I get this shipment, they won't take my next payment until December the 21st. So as you can see, I got to try to make a way to make the content last on Titanic. So that's why I'm doing every Thursday. And plus, I won't run out of something to do. If I build it all in one whack, I get so bored. I've already built it, and I want to build something else, and I ain't got nothing else to build. So hopefully you understand that. That's the reason why we're doing a build every Thursday. And also too, I'm going to move the figure reviews to every Friday, probably. Every Friday or every Wednesday we'll be doing a figure review. I'm trying to get me a schedule figured out here. But I'm thinking that's what I'm going to go for. Every Friday or every Thursday we'll be doing a figure, or no, not Thursday. Every Friday or every Wednesday we'll be doing a figure review, and every Thursday we'll be doing Titanic build. I'll get it right here in a few. Just about told y'all wrong there. Sorry about that. But anyway, those are the plans that I've got. So, there we go. I painted it all the way down to almost that window. But there we go. That should prevent the light bleed issue. So, we'll let that dry. Matter of fact, we'll let all that dry. We did a lot. Now, another thing I'm going to show you, too, before I go, is I've already figured out a way to encounter the light bleed issue with the first one. So, let me grab this and get my circuit board out. And then we'll grab the batteries. So first of all, let me put the batteries into the circuit board, or the tester. Alright, now let me move some things here and get you a good view. So with this, let me turn off this light. So with this, we've already seen some light bleed issues on this one. And I don't feel like, painting walls on every single bit of this model. So I'm going to figure it out as I go. Let me just untie it here because I tied it. But anyway, I'm going to figure it out as I go. Make sure I'm not touching any of those doors that we painted. Grab this little plug-in. Alright, and then we'll plug her in. Alright. I'll flip her around that way. Okay, here's the first one. So with this one, when it goes on white, you can see there it's trying to bleed through the walls. Just give me a few seconds here. Let me go hit the lights. And I'll show you. It'd be better in the dark. Okay. So now we're fixing to get really dark here. Let me just turn off this lamp. Okay. Now, with you see how the light is bleeding through the walls right there? That's because of the it's hitting white. So if it's hitting something white, it's going to bleed through the walls, and you can see it's starting to bleed through the deck too some. But I'll show you. This is just a test because I plan on painting the floor of my model black, but I made a little rough sketch here of a black Sharpie marker, and I made this little rough thing, and I poked some holes in it. That way I can get this thing right here flat. Let me just get it down right there, and I'll show you what we got after that. I'll show you the effect that this makes by putting something black under it. And with this, there is no openings in the floor because it stabs through the paper. So, now let me hit the light. There. Now, do you see when it hits something black? Do you see how much it's dimmed down? Rather than it being on plain old white. If it's hitting something black, it dims the lights. You can see back here we hardly have any light shining. And you can see it doesn't shine through the walls as much as it used to. Same thing with the top of the decks. But if I move this and I put it back on the paper, see how much brighter she got? And then we put it back onto the black. But that's what I'm working with. I'm working with figuring out things about the light bleed. But I'm thinking that's a good attempt with the black underneath it. So we'll be doing that. Another thing that I got to show you too. Let me find it. Here it is. I made these out of wire. Just bent the wire in an L shape and then cut it. You can see all them. There's a lot of them. What these are going to be, I'll show you what these are. On Titanic, right on the forward well deck, when we get our part in the mail, it's got these hinges all over the doors, which I'll show you right here. You can see there's these little black hinges all over the doors down there on the lower well deck, right in the front. And we're getting this in our next shipment, the lower well deck. So I'll have this Monday. But you can see all those little black hinges in them doors. And my plan is to basically, when I get it, use a micro drill holes into the bulkhead of the lower well deck, and stab one end of these into the part, and have it sticking out like it's a handle bent over, and it should create those handle effects. That's the plan anyway. But we'll see how that goes when we get there. But that's going to do it for this video. We'll have another video up Monday. We'll just be doing a box opening, and then I'll go over all the Titanic books that come in the shipment. But the build won't be until Thanksgiving, you might as well say, because Thursday is Thanksgiving. But until then, that will be when the build will be. But you all have a blessed one, and I will see you guys in my next video, and I will still continue to work on getting better and getting over the rest of this flu. It's starting to dim down, thankfully. Thank God for that. So hopefully we'll be over it soon. But until then, you all have a blessed one, and goodbye.